Well, good evening from Israel, where talk of peace after 15 long months of war echoes through the ether here tonight. A ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas has yet to be signed, but all sides do agree that it is tantalizingly close. Hostage families are holding their breaths. The war-weary people of Gaza, survivors of Israel's onslaught, are desperate for progress too, of course, and aid. The United States and Qatar, which have been refereeing talks for a year now, said agreement is nearer than ever before. Both Joe Biden and Donald Trump, just a week from office, of course, are claiming credit for getting it this far. Hamas are reported tonight to have accepted a draft agreement, but if there is a sticking point, it is that Hamas says it is waiting for maps of where Israeli troops will withdraw to. And Israel is not going quietly.
Having lost their bricks and mortar homes months ago, these Gazans had to watch their tents burn down this morning, the aftermath of Israeli strikes. The firing is yet to cease. Reports suggest that more than 60 Palestinians have been killed since early yesterday, perhaps some of the last victims of this catastrophic war.
Yes, there is real and continuous progress in these negotiations. Yes, this too is a sensitive time, and perhaps the less said, the better. And yes, we are moving closer, but it is not concluded yet. Hamas are yet to agree.
Tonight, a crowd gathered in Hostage Square in Tel Aviv to try to get the deal over the line by force of will. Calls were made for the international community to make the hostage releases happen after almost 466 days of captivity.
This is not about politics or strategy. It's about humanity and the shared belief that no one should be left behind in darkness.
There were yet more funerals today in both Israel and Gaza. And amid the grief, there's been an outcry as well over the fact that the Israeli Prime Minister is apparently prepared to sign a deal that he previously rejected several times. One of the far-right ministers who forced his hand has boasted on X, saying that, quote, "Over the last year, using our political power, we managed to prevent this deal from going ahead time after time." This appears to confirm that Mr. Netanyahu perpetuated the war for the sake of his government's survival. Now the prospect of incurring the wrath of Trump has forced a change in tack. A spokesman at the Qatari Foreign Ministry outlined the state of play, saying that today marked the closest point to reaching an agreement. Few have done more to secure a ceasefire than US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who today spelled out the logic behind resolving this conflict.
Israelis must decide what relationship they want with the Palestinians. That cannot be the illusion that Palestinians will accept being a non-people without national rights. 7 million Israeli Jews and some 5 million Palestinians are rooted in the same land. Neither is going anywhere.
But there can be no progress without a ceasefire. Many Gazans have spent the day glued to their phones for news. For the 2.2 million people on the Strip, the stakes could not be higher. One man summed up perfectly the perspective from Gaza. There is no job, no food, no life. Enough is enough, he said. John Irvine, News at 10, Tel Aviv.